I'm proud of so much that we do at Hume, but most of all, it's the life-changing results we achieve for our customers. In 2019, we've successfully delivered growth, business improvements and efficiencies in line with our strategic focus and intent. Highlights have included readying Hume to double in size with the largest social housing management transfer in Australia's history, which means we'll be providing homes for more than 9,000 customers. The business improvement initiatives we've undertaken have been wide-ranging, implementing an improved finance system, enhancing our customer charter, embarking on our Authentic Reconciliation Action Plan and a new organisation redesign to support our future growth. These improvements mean that we can recognise efficiencies. This is important as we grow so that we can achieve economies of scale and ensure we have contemporary and best practice operations and business service teams. This efficiency both demonstrates value for money for our stakeholders, but also results in funds that can be redirected and invested in achieving customer outcomes and creating more opportunities for our customers to prosper, which is, after all, what we're here to do. 2019 also saw our continued commitment to building our specialist disability accommodation stream, and today Hume is one of Australia's largest managers of SDA homes.
This home under the NDIA is an SDA property, supported disability accommodation, and it's a platinum level built home, high physical support. Hume built the 14 properties right along here, this being the 14th villa. We decided to create this as Hume's first proper built SDA property.
I'm Rudy Woboril and my wife is Judy. We are the parents of Stephen and Kerry.
Around about the 12 months old when I first took them to the doctor, they hadn't shown any signs of trying to stand up or walk, so I knew something was wrong.
I work for Cerebral Palsy Alliance. I've worked for them now for 15 years and we are the primary caregiver at this house for Kerry and Stephen.
I actually had to retire early from my job because it was getting too difficult for Judy on her own to look after them.
I was eventually talked into taking them to respite, and the first time I took them I cried my eyes out. It was just hard to let go.
I've sort of identified in having conversations with Mum and Dad that they were worried about when the time came being able to keep the twins together. But we found out about this opportunity to get them supported accommodation, so
everything was done that Angela wanted done. We arranged to meet with the lady from Hume, and she brought all the papers and she explained everything to us, and it was just a case of agreeing and signing up. I couldn't be happier. It was perfect for the twins. It kept them together. We grabbed it.
We can now live peacefully knowing they are well looked after and cared for in such a lovely place.
The Hume team have again delivered on our commitment of building connected and vibrant communities.
Women over 50, 55 are becoming very prevalent in homelessness, mainly because early on in their life they've had a family, they've raised a family, they've stayed home, they've not worked, they've not been out in the workforce, they have no super, they've come from domestic violence and haven't been able to secure jobs.
I went to a meeting, a fax meeting and there were community housing people there, and I spoke to them because I was getting really upset about where I was living. And they said, put your name down for community housing. It's completely different. A few weeks later, Michelle called me up.
This is a Housing New South Wales property, and it was given over to Hume to manage the tenancies and manage the property. My role is to conduct wellbeing visits and block meetings with the seniors, and also incorporate social outings. So anytime a customer requires any help with paperwork, with their current living situations, I'm able to discuss it with them or their families and work with them to resolve their situation.
It's just the most amazing, wonderful place. The tradies are respectful, they're wonderful, they come in, they fix quite readily. Michelle's always on hand if you need to ask her about something, and if you text or phone her, she always gets back to you. And the peace that you have living here is amazing. I come home and I go, oh, this is my home, this is my home.
I'm very passionate about seniors being able to live safe in a community, happy, at ease with themselves and be able to age in place. It's these sort of things that help us achieve what we need to do to make them happier, healthier, connected with their communities and enjoy their life.
I think it's total respect for the people living here, total respect for the residents, total respect for the management. Michelle's wonderful. Calling you up when I first moved in, saying, this is Hume Housing, how's your place? It's like, oh, gosh, someone's actually cares about me. And I think because it's over 55, people, they're quiet, they're respectful. People keep to themselves, but people are there if someone in an emergency, if you don't feel safe. I never feel unsafe here. And my children have actually seen, my daughters have actually seen a change in me. I love it here, it's gorgeous.
We continued building, acquiring and managing a wide range of high quality housing solutions that support customers' needs across the whole housing continuum, spanning emergency housing all the way through to affordable housing rentals.
Hi, my name's Samuel. I had a marriage breakup in which ended up with me receiving the 3 children that I have at the moment.
Samuel came to our program in September 2018. He was a single father with 3 kids. Experienced the homelessness, was living in overcrowded property with his parents.
We were recommended to Hume Housing through Doorways to Men. I went to the office at Claymore and then they said that they'd ring me as soon as they had a property available for me. I went home back to my parents' place with the kids. 3 days later, up to the day, they rang me, they asked me to attend a location. We went down, we looked through the house, I accepted it straight away and I signed the paperwork on the spot and we were into the house 2 days later. When Sadina would come down from Hume Housing into the street, even if she wasn't speaking to us directly, if she was speaking to someone else in the street, she would get out of the car and she'd converse with the children, she'd say hello, she'd come up to the door, ask if there's anything that needed to be done to the house or if we needed anything. As well as living in Claymore and living in that street, we'd get the bikes off the rubbish piles and we'd fix the lawnmower off the rubbish pile and everybody would share it. And every kid got a bike, more or less, literally every kid got a bike in the street. They were all up and down the street now having races and they were doing something, you know, that didn't need to be educational, it was just there. They had something to do. They park all their bikes up when it was too hot and they play in the garage. We'd clean the street when it was raining. We'd pick up the rubbish. We mowed a track to the school. Instead of them walking along the grass, we mowed a pathway for them. The lower rental on it, which was really helpful for me. That meant I had more money to feed the kids and to do other things with them and supply them with better things like uniforms and things like that. It helped me to actually get a tenancy record, which helped me in the long run. So when I did apply for a house, they could see that I had a tenancy record where I never missed a week. Everything was always paid and that made everything so much easier and better for me.
He built up really good tenancy and he was able to secure private rental within 6 months while he was in our program.
Even though we were really excited that we got the private rental and we were moving from Claymore, I was really sad to take back the keys and to give them back to Sadina and the team because I did have become friends with them and that meant that I wouldn't be able to see them at all. That interaction was gone from our life and we sort of did like that a lot.
I am really passionate about this program because I would love to help the people and see people coming through homelessness and you can see that they grow through their time and they're able to achieve their goal.
Because of Hume's help, I've been able to maintain this private rental, which helps the kids in the long run because they're at a new school that they liked. We're closer to family and close to everything that helps us. And what was really important is that Hume wanted me to succeed, to move into a new house and to get on in life.
This year's hard work has paid off and we were delighted to be acknowledged with numerous awards, many of which recognise Hume's sector-leading wraparound services, enabling customers and communities the opportunity to enjoy better outcomes. These awards are as a result of our strength-based approach to partnering with specialists and with customers to deliver real solutions and solve complex needs. A personal highlight for me has been our partnership with Thurrowool Aboriginal Corporation, where we've assisted them to become a registered housing provider, and in return for their support in Aboriginal cultural competency training for our team. Feedback from Thurrowool has been that our partnership is true reconciliation in action, proof that Hume's approach is truly authentic. And customers are at the front and centre of everything we do. They have a voice and we know how to listen.
You know, having that contact with the customer with the good news that we might have a potential suitable property, and the reaction from, you know, customers who seem to struggle in different ways, I think that brings joy to me. I had prior experience in other organisations in housing, and the one thing unique I see in Hume is customer focused. It's more oriented to the customer needs and what the customer wants. So I enjoy that aspect because all the programs or services are aligned to the needs and what the customers really want.
We know engaged communities deliver better outcomes.
Part of the support that we give to our young customers, in partnership with some of our great youth services in the area, include the Why Hunger program, which teaches living skills, including cooking and group facilitated programs. One that we're really proud of and have worked a long time on is the youth housing options workshops that we do to upskill young people to be able to sustain tenancies, and we do that in partnership with one of the local youth services.
And our customers actively shape and influence the programs and services they receive.
The thing I love the most is actually seeing people thrive. So when people come into the program, I always remember it can happen to anyone. There is nobody, you can't look at somebody and go, that person can be homeless. It can happen to anyone. And it's just seeing people reach the goals that they set. So they set them and it's realistic and we just work towards them. Some take a bit longer, some do it quite quickly, but it's just watching them and you feel like you're doing it. That's the way I feel anyway. It feels like I'm doing it with them. So when they do something that they're really happy about, I'm really happy about it for them.
Hume is an ambitious organisation filled with passionate people with a genuine desire to see not only our customers but also each other succeed. So it's also important for the team to influence our services, and together we plan, shape and achieve life-changing results. It's not hard to succeed when almost 100% of our employees told us they believe in what we do and that they're proud to work at Hume. You can't manufacture this stuff. The energy, commitment and can-do attitude of our team is what makes us unique. Our results speak for themselves. I am enormously proud and grateful to have such a talented team and to share our extraordinary journey with them. Our future has never looked brighter.